Alright, guys, so this is kind of an idea I had rolling around in my head for a while, and for a little bit I kind of thought of making it part of an anthology, but on its own it kind of stands. But anyway, so what this is, yeah, it's a Gravity Falls Predator idea, and you may be thinking, well, hold on, DPZ, this seems kind of a little out there. Then again, you're talking about a show that had an eight-headed grizzly that talked, a group of talking minotaurs, or manitors, a and a triangle demon as the main villain, and the unicorns. Yeah. So it's not oh yeah, and it did have aliens. So it's not totally not those aliens you're thinking of. If you saw the show, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Anywho, so let's talk about this Predator Gravity Falls idea. Now you may be thinking, where would this take place? I was thinking that one of the interesting places I wanted to put it was right after the show's end. So this would be after the series finale, after the series ended, and this would be at a time period where Dipper and Mabel are not in Gravity Falls. They're not there. They're back in Piedmont. I think that's the name. They're back in California, and this is more centered around the people of Gravity Falls without Dipper and Mabel there to save them. Even Stan, I wouldn't even have Stan and Ford in here. Stan and Ford would not be part of this story. If anyone's going to be the main focus, it'd be Wendy and Seuss. They would be the ones who everyone's kind of going to for this problem. So basically, the story I had in mind for this was that a predator has appeared in Gravity Falls, Oregon, and it's hunting not people. Although a few people have gone out in the woods, like hunters have gone missing out in the woods. The main focus of the predator is not people; it's the mystical creatures in Gravity Falls, and apparently the predators have shown up in Gravity Falls before. The species, the Yautja, have appeared in Gravity Falls before because they love hunting these creatures that don't exist anywhere else even on Earth. They don't exist there. So Gravity Falls is like a bonus hunting ground for the predators. And one predator has shown up again, and now he's hunting the mythical creatures in the forests of Gravity Falls. And the manitors are one of their biggest preys. The manitors don't understand what they are. They don't know that they're essentially aliens, and they've been being hunted by the predators, and they're the only thing they fear, really. The manitors build themselves up as big and manly, but the predators, got tongue-tied, the predators that hunt them, when they come back to hunt them every season, basically, yeah, they turn into giant pussies, and the manitors call them the ghost hunters, because, of course, the predators can turn invisible and all that, and they don't understand they're aliens, so they just think they're demons out to hunt them. They call them creatures more manly than them. So the predators, so this predator is out hunting, and the people, a few hunters have gone missing. Of course, Durlin and Blubs are completely goddamn useless. So the thing is that everyone's and since Stan and Ford and Dipper and Mabel aren't there, the only two people they could really depend on are Seuss and Wendy. They basically go to the two of them and go, look, we know that you, we need help. Where's Ford? Where's Stan? Where are the twins? And Seuss and Wendy can't really figure, they were never, they're smart and they've handled their own, they've handled stuff on their own, but they've always had, both sets, they both had, Ford and Stan and Dipper and Mabel be there to back them up. But now it's really just the two of them, and they were more like, the extra help. So, Wendy's got to be the one who really has to take charge. And yeah, if you're wondering, yeah, this kind of quintessentially comes down to Wendy versus a predator. Because let's face it, she could take on demons, she could probably go head-to-head with a predator. But yeah. Fun fact, a lot of this idea for this story, a lot of the inspiration for this story came from a Predator comic I recently read called Predator Kindred, which is a story about a small town in Oregon that a predator has come back to after 30 years, and the boy who saw him has grown up, had a family, and he's now out to hunt the predator that killed his father. But yeah, the guy is totally also out of his goddamn mind. And there's also a murder mystery going around, and with these cultists who want to worship, who kill a lot, these serial killers who found the Predator and believe he's a god and now want to kill him. It's very much like Fargo. The whole story is so much like Fargo, but there's a Predator in it. That's the best way to explain Predator Kindred. It's Fargo with a Predator in it. But yeah, that's the best way to explain it, really. But yeah, that's a lot where the inspiration came from for this kind of story. So the Predator. So yeah, the Predator is the Predator in here is basically hunting all the mystical animals, but he does. The Predator isn't above taking some human skulls as well. And yeah, one of those skulls happened to be Wendy's dad. And you may be thinking, but Zilla, you've said before in the past you don't like killing, in fanfiction, you don't like killing off characters. And for the most part I don't, but that's mostly because it feels awkward when I kill a character off in a ongoing series, an ongoing show. I feel like that, it feels kind of awkward, writing a story and you kill a character off and the character's still there. But the show is ended, so now I feel like the story, you could do anything with those characters in terms of fan fiction, really. You could do anything with those characters now that, their stories have finished officially. So, honestly, yeah, Dan gets killed. You could probably guess someone else, if you know me, and there's one character, as much as I love this show, there's one character I absolutely hate. He gets brutally murdered. Robbie. Yeah, tons of several characters get brutally murdered. It would get brutally murdered in this story. Would I have? Now you're also probably thinking, would I have xenomorphs in this story? Would I have a xenomorph or a whole hive? Not really. I feel like the Predator is enough. I feel like the Predator is more than enough of a threat on his own without having. I don't want this to be AVP Requiem, guys. I really don't. Anyway, sorry, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, that's kind of the thing, is that it would the whole thing of this idea would be that it comes down to Wendy confronting the Predator and fighting it to the death. But yeah, that's kind of the thing, is that out of anyone in Gravity Falls, aside from Stan and Ford, who else could really go head-to-head physically with a Predator? Who could really go, did you guess no one else but Wendy? Right. Exactly. Would I have, in the story, I think I would have that Dipper and Mabel would be in California, and that, Wendy would be calling them, same she'd be calling Stan and Ford, who would want to go back to Gravity Falls to, help out, but they would be in the middle of something else. They would be in the middle of, hunting another monster, or they're on the lead of another conspiracy, far away, and they can't get back to them. But I would have it that Ford didn't really have them in the journals, but he did always have this sense that, there were certain times when Gravity Falls got really hot, when it got really hot in Gravity Falls, this ghost hunter would return, or ghost hunters would return and start taking trophies. So Ford has documented, but not in the journal, but because he never saw them. That would be my thing, is why he never wrote them down in the journals, is because he never saw the ghost hunters firsthand. He never got to see what they were capable of. And all he knew is that it was from kind of hearsay from all the magical creatures. So he thought that they were just a legend even among them. But he didn't write it down because, I didn't see it, so I didn't, bother writing it down. I just thought they were just like old legends among the magical creatures. I just thought it was a load of shit. Apparently it's not. So that would be my thing, is that, Ford kind of knows about the Predators, but not much about them. Anyway, so that would be kind of the story right there. That's kind of my idea for a Gravity Falls Predator story, crossover. So there you go, guys. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this story? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Just comment below, let me know. And yeah, do you think Wendy could take on a Predator? Do you think the magical creatures would be perfect trophies for the Predator? Just comment below, let me know, and once again, hope y'all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.